I found the experience fantastic. I always do. It's a challenge.
Two sides here who have rather stuttered through the season so far.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they haven't got a great deal of firepower. The defences have been leaky. We might see quite a few goals, though.
Until you do it, you don't realise, what a challenge it is, and some of the skills you need, I suppose, and you learn as you go along. But it is different from commentary because, as Martin alluded to there, that's 90 minutes, but this is like 4 or 5 hours sometimes on a stretch. So you have to be careful with your voice and make sure that you don't do the recording too close to a match before or after, so that you're compromising your day job. But it's the intensity of it and the concentration levels you have to maintain, I suppose, because we've got these huge wads of scripts that we go through, and it's bang, 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 and you have to ad-lib very quickly. So it's mentally it's draining, but it's a fantastic thing to do. I've loved it.
So we're looking at the first section is going to be a goal analysis. So this is during the replay after the goal. So the goal scored, there's been a celebration, it's calmed down a bit, and you guys will be analysing it. And in this case, the goal was scored with a free kick where it went underneath the wall.
Well, that was a fantastically well-placed free kick, Alan.
Well, I think as a manager, you drill the wall to jump a little bit to make yourselves bigger, but it worked against them that time, the ball creeping underneath.
So I think where I've really appreciated what Alan's done in his first time with it is I don't want to sound patronising here, but his sheer intelligence to be able to realise straight away what's been required, to various words. He says I've briefed him, but the truth is he's grasped it. We might have had a couple of conversations at the beginning, but there's been none. While we've been doing it, there's been no, well, look, I think you should do this or do that. It's just something that's natural. And, we've done a lot of games together in the last 12 months or so, and that's really given us, I think, a little bit of an edge coming in here. Had we not done that, it might have been a little bit more feeling our way, but for me it's been very smooth.
The hardest scenarios is when you're doing a tournament situation and you've got to comment on, say, it's the first leg of 2 legs, so what are the home team feeling, or even more difficult is the second leg of the 2 legs and the home team has won the first leg by a distance, so what is the comment that you make for that, or all sorts of scenarios around that tournament situation which you don't have to comment on in the Premier League or the Champions League. So those are the ones where you have to really get your mind working and to make it different each time, because we must do about 50 or 60 of those examples, covering every eventuality of a quarter-final, semi-final, who won in the first leg and what their feelings are for the second leg. So that's probably the hardest.
A lot of this scripting, as such as it is we do ad-lib it, but the suggestion, there are words used that we don't use because it comes from the US and Canada, and sometimes you just have to check. But we've got Jeff McPherson's a wonderful link because he is Canadian, but he does spend a lot of time over here and speaks some of our language. We have the usual things about draws and ties, which I think you have to be aware of. But no one told us to say things that we wouldn't naturally say. I think that's been a really important part of how smoothly it's gone. For me, the hardest thing is keeping the energy up from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. And we also, in the course of a season, have matches where you're not feeling quite as zestful as you might have done the week before. So you've got to work and you've got a switch to flick, if you like, in your own psyche to get to that point. So that's difficult. But the most specifically difficult thing, which I have to do, is the names in 3 or 4 different intonations, and like pages and pages of names, and you know what's expected of you, and you try and keep doing it. And there's a sort of out of body experience where you think, is this person saying it? I would like to hear it, and you've got to answer that in the affirmative and keep yourself on your own toes, really. And no, it's great fun, and as I say, it's a huge privilege to be doing it because I know how much it means to people, and to be involved is great.